Hi guys, welcome to Speak in Confidence. You are here because I made a promise. I said you could speak in confidence in 15 days. And the secret to that is two things: mindset and public speaking techniques. In this webinar, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 mindset hacks and 3 public speaking techniques. In fact, most of what I'm sharing today is from my online course, Spill It, a transformational public speaking course that is based on the idea of small bites. Small transformation in your mindset, and then you practice it daily, and every day you shift something that you do, and every day you learn one technique and you practice it. Over time you are stacking all these skills and building the muscle of public speaking. Most of my students are feeling the results towards the end of week 1, beginning of week 2, and some of them don't even realize when the transformation happens because it's in such smaller doses. But by the end of the 15 days, everyone is amazed by the transformation they have been through. If you are interested, Spill It is open now for registration. If you're following me on Instagram, you already know that because I am during a launch at the moment, and it's a 17 days launch of epic public speaking content. And the first thing I want you to realize is that public speaking is not only on stage. It is your ability to express yourself in confidence whenever you need to speak, whenever you have an idea, whenever you have something to share. It's to never to really hush yourself because you don't know how to say it or because you're thinking less of yourself. So in this webinar, I'm going to share with you 3 mindset hacks and 3 public speaking tips. If you're ready, buckle up and let's go for it. You know you are ready for this webinar and for Spill It because you have a message to share, because you realized that public speaking is not only on stage. Perhaps you have a message, or you are like me, you created something epic and you want to tell everyone. You're like, oh, you guys, I created this epic thing, come and join me. You want to express yourself freely and authentically. Could be in your house, or in the office, or among your friends, or you might be an entrepreneur who want to be the interface of your business, or you might have a message that you want to spread. And honestly, if you are any of those, yes, you need to build on public speaking skills. But also, if you are the employee who can't find a way to express his thoughts, and if you are the family member who is continuously hushing himself, and if you are really anybody who needs to express himself, then this is for you and you are ready for it. You are also ready if you are seeking to express yourself authentically, to connect and get comfortable speaking. You're ready if you want to find your voice. And hopefully, if you had one aha moment or multiple aha moments from any of the free content that I'm sharing on my social media, then yes, you are ready and welcome on board. My name is Ruba Altijani for those who are meeting me for the first time. And my story with public speaking begins way back when I used to work as a product manager. It was part of my job to liaison between the different departments, government, international companies like McKinsey, like Microsoft. Like I was in the IT industry, and I had to liaison between different professionals, designers, artists, expert matters, business people, technical people, engineers. And that made me realize that really everyone speaks his own language. So there are so many different languages depending on the personality type. But at the end of the day, I realized that it's not about them 100%. It's mostly about me, my mindset, and my ability to express myself clearly. And I was able to build on this ability through a lot of online courses. I must have spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to build on the skill of public speaking. But before that, I would get sick. I would get sick in my guts when I had to record a video like this. Like if I had to record a video like this, I would prepare for days. I would record it in 10 hours. I would be terrified and repeat and repeat. And sometimes I would find myself totally lost in the middle of recording a video and I will have no idea how to move forward. It was horrible. But then once I learned how to speak publicly and I changed my mindset about it, it became something super easy and super comfortable for me to do. The camera does not terrify me anymore. And I'm glad to share with you 3 of these mindsets and 3 of the public speaking hacks and techniques. And I have other channels to share, like so much of them. My biggest channel at the moment is Spill It. So Spill It consists of 4 parts. The first one is the mindset. The second part is the public speaking techniques. The third one is the small bite transformation. It's basically 10 minutes video every day for 15 days. Either it's a mindset video or a public speaking hack. And then you practice it. And that's the thing, you guys. You practice it within a kind and safe environment where you can express yourself and you can do mistakes and you can feel silly. And the feedback you would receive is kind feedback. If you join it, you will learn what is kind feedback, because there is a way to do it. There is a way to give kind feedback and to receive kind feedback. Let's talk about mindset. Situations are neutral, but it's our mindset and it's our perspective that defines how we feel about a situation, how we act in it, and what are the beliefs that we carry inside us. So if you are able to change your mindset and do this shift, you will see a change in the way that you react and a change in the even amount of energy that you put in doing stuff. Remember, it used to take me 8 hours to record a video, and now I record a video in 5 or 10 minutes. Why? Because I changed my mindset. And that's what I wish for you to have. So the first mindset I'm going to share with you is that everyone is interested. We've been recording the podcast with David for a few years, the Riyadi Club podcast. And when we were starting, I said, David, I'm doing this for the first time. So just can you share with me any mindset tips to feel comfortable recording it? And he told me that he would always imagine that it's me and him, and then there is a third person listening to us. And the third person he would imagine is usually his little daughter at the time that she was like 2 years or something, because she was really laughing about everything he would say and she was accepting him. And I took that and I carried it and I developed it with me. Today, when I record a video, I usually think that people are interested in what I have to say. They have prioritized being with me now and listening to what I have to say over doing whatever else that they could have done. There are 100 things that they could have done, but instead of that, they are here listening to what I have to say. In fact, I go so far that I think that I am delivering a message to you. I'm so honored that the message comes through me, but the reason that you are listening to me at the moment is because I'm saying something that you need. And really having this different mindset that people are interested, they're listening to me because they want to. And in fact, any minute they don't want to, they are able to flip and watch something else. But the fact that someone is interested in you, someone actually likes you and loves what you have to say and is receiving a message from you and is taking the benefit from it, and that you're so honored that this message has came through you, is just amazing, and it's liberating, and it's a mindset that I hope that everyone will have, especially everyone in the public speaking, because that's how you transfer yourself from being stiff and worried and just really annoyed, because it's really a heavy weight to think that people are waiting for you to do a mistake. In opposite, you're thinking they're forgiving. I have done so many mistakes in my videos, and it was fine because I believe that my audience is forgiving with me. and they are willing to overcome the smallest mistakes because of how big the message that I'm sharing is, and mainly that it comes through me and that it's the right message for them in the right time. Limiting beliefs. I got this one from Tony Robbins, and then I went a little bit and developed it to have an exercise that I'm going to share with you now. So the fact is, everything that you're doing is preconditioned to your belief. So if you believe that you can do something, you will find 100 ways to be able to do it, and you will find that you are removing the obstacles in your way. If you believe that you can't do it, somehow you will not be able to do it. To prove to you, here is an exercise. If you stretch your hand in front of you like that, and then you move it clockwise to the back first time, and then just see how far you could stretch it. Try this exercise when you are standing, because it works the most when I'm standing. Like, I tried it when I was sitting and tried it when I was standing. So the idea is you try to stretch your hand to the back and you see like how far you could stretch. Now if you closed your eyes and if you imagined that you're stretching your hand and it goes way behind you and it's so smooth, and you're even able to touch your left hand with it, your left elbow, and then repeat it 3 times. Try this, you guys. If you repeat it 3 times, you'll be surprised, because the 4th time you will open your eye and you will try to do it again and it will work. Most people are able to stretch their hands 20% more in the 2nd time than in the 1st time. What has changed between the 1st time and 2nd time is your mindset. That's the only thing that has changed. The problem with mindset is we're not always clear about what we are carrying in our mind. Sometimes our mindset is blocking us, and these blocks are stored in the subconscious mind. So here is an exercise. If you want to unlock it, it's a very simple exercise. You're gonna ask yourself, what are my limiting beliefs stopping me from publicly speaking? What are my limiting beliefs stopping me from taking this online course? And then you say, I release you in every time, place, and reality. You could expect the result as aha moment, or that just an ability. You will just develop the ability to go and start recording a video, or it could just feel like a change in your mindset. Like you will catch yourself thinking, oh, I actually didn't think about it this way before. I think about it differently now. So this is something that will happen in the background. If you did this exercise with me now, watch for the changes and watch for the results and come and write me. But remember, you will say, what are the limiting beliefs stopping me from publicly speaking, from taking this course, from whatever you want, and then you will say, I release you in every time, place, and reality. The last thing I want to share with you guys is like actually a bunch of other mindsets, but these are all the free mindsets. These are all the free mindset that I'm giving in my podcast. So go tune into my podcast and you will hear me speaking about a different mindset every day. So far I have 3 episodes and they are growing. So you can find me on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, and in Google Podcast. Now let's talk about public speaking technique. Share yourself. When it comes to storytelling is one of the most powerful techniques to share a teaching, or to get everyone to join you in your journey. The minute you share a story, people sympathize with you, they connect with you, and they are able to join you. But the problem is, how far should you go? Like, how comfortable should you be with sharing personal stuff that really matters to you? And I love this analogy from Brené Brown when she says it's something like sharing a scar. So if I have a scar here and I go like, okay, look, I have this scar, I might be okay with sharing it because it's over. It's not a cut. It doesn't bleed. But if I'm going through the experience and I am sharing the experience that is happening to me now, I might probably be so much more sensitive towards it and so much weaker in doing that. So then think of the scars that you have, stuff that you have overcome already and that you are comfortable of sharing because you have figured it out. And the stuff that you are still going through, the fresh cuts, don't share this. This is a simple rule of sharing. So I'm comfortable to share the story of my father having a stroke, for example. Now that it's been 2 years, almost 18 months, but I wasn't comfortable to share it at the beginning because it was happening. We were through it. It was all the emotions. We didn't know what to do. But now I'm comfortable to share it, and I'm comfortable to say how it shaped me and how it shaped my life. Remember when I told you that at the beginning I would wonder in the middle of the video and I would be like, what was I saying? Where am I going with this? And I will just have like this blank. So the reason that I'm not doing this anymore is because of scripting. And I don't script word by word. When I scripted word by word, I wasn't comfortable at all. I would be reading and worried if I sound good or if I sound too artificial because I'm reading. And I would read, and then I would worry more because I might have read something wrong, and does this sound even like me, or does it sound like a robot? So the way of scripting that I do is the semi-structured scripting. So before I go for any video, I will know my points. I will know like, okay, I'm gonna have like 4 points or 5 points or 6 or 7 points that I'm gonna speak about, and I will make sure that there is a linkage between these points, a logical linkage. Kind of like I knew today that I would be saying welcome to Find Your Voice. Then I will talk about what the promise that I made. What is this promise? Then and then from there on, I will talk about the two most important things within that promise and what I'm talking about today. Then I will talk about my course. I knew that these are the points and I followed them. So in my mind, they absolutely make sense. I don't even need to know the details of these things. I will just let it come, let it flow the way that it flows. I will just feel free and talk as if I'm talking to a best friend because I already know what I'm gonna talk about. So definitely scripting, semi-structured scripting. If you have any questions about scripting, let me know. Story, teach, call to action. This is very common among course creators. Do you guys sometimes feel when someone tells their story, do you feel like just standing up and hugging them? I feel like, yeah, I feel you. Yes, I have been there. Yes, I could relate to you. Yes, my father had also had a stroke. Yes, I was also sick in my guts when I would have to record a video. Yes, it also takes me 8 hours. And this is the power of stories. But then when you put it in a framework of story, teach, so you will have the story that is related to what you are going to teach or the information that you want to share with people. And then at the end, you will link it to a call to action. This way you prepare people to be open to you because they've connected with you. They realize the importance of what you're going to share, and then you share the information with them, and then you give them a call to action. Like I shared with you the mindset, and I was like, okay, do the exercise with me. I shared with you the Spill It course, and then I was like, DM me, do it. Because don't underestimate the call to action, because sometimes people are ready for it, but they don't know what you're expecting from them. They love you, they like what you're saying, they received your teachings, but what now? And not everyone will understand what you want from them. So definitely story, teach, call to action. One of the most powerful techniques in the course creation industry. I learned it from Dinger Seyozi, and I have been practicing it ever since. And it's a super easy technique. So start using it since today. And if you resonated with what I shared today, if you've used the techniques that I shared, if you loved it. If you are, then go ahead and DM me. Let me know that you are interested in Spill It, and I will send you more information to register. I'm working on the website right now, which is going to be available soon, but this is an early bird registration, so you guys have a window of 17 days, so it's a limited time. You want to be one of the first, and you know that if you don't do it now, you're not going to do it later. So just drop me a line, let me know that you are interested, and then I will get back to you, and soon you will have access to Spill It. Let's look at the questions. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I am with you in the chat. The only reason I recorded this is because I've got my son here with me, and I wasn't sure if he will be joining, disturbing or not. And another reason is because honestly, I have no idea as of now how to have a presentation and my video in the same screen. So to be able to figure this out, I'm gonna need some time. If any of you guys have any recommendations to do it, write me in the comments below. Anyways, I'm happy to receive your questions, and I'm gonna have a session of Q&A for the same topics that we talked about today. Will be later, I think, in the future weeks. So just record the video, send me, drop me a line, record the voice message, whatever. Instagram is kind of my thing. So write me on Instagram, or you can write me a comment below this video. Let me know what your questions are, and I will address them, and I will tag you. Remember, if I would leave you with one thing, remember that you need this, and the right time is now.